Everyone, and welcome back to part two of the drawing tutorial on the purple field that I was working on yesterday. You can see that this is what we got up to with the blending. And by the way, I'm doing this in landscape mode because for some reason the portrait did not work with me on the YouTube somehow. Created a landscape out of the portrait. So I'm actually working with a technical issue with the YouTube backend and hopefully find a solution. In the meantime, I'm showing this in portrait so you get a bigger, larger area that you can watch. And hopefully the first one wasn't too troublesome. So before I go into it, I just want to explain the, here we have. So in order to get to this tutorial and the original reference image, you go to homepage of paintology.com, as you can see here, paintology.com, and then go down about a third of the way, and then you'll see this live streams Google Class. Click on that, and then you'll come to a page where there it is, with the information on the reference image. You can see here, this is the actual image we have that we're going to work on. So if some of you may have actually started on part one, and I'm going to continue this. And then the other information I want to share with you is that the app is for Android users. You can see here it's on the Play Store, and you have these nice drawing slides, yeah. And typically the way I draw is using the phone with the finger, but this I'm making an exception using a stylus so I can get my way around quickly on that. But the finger is just as fine. And then what else do we have here? I want to show you that there's a Quora I'm a Quora active participant, and you can go to the home, the paintology.quora.com for more information. And I also want people to participate in the Google Classroom, which is now growing with some users. And this shows you if you're keen on developing art techniques as opposed to just using tools and becoming adapted with one particular drawing app, then this Google Classroom is excellent. It actually teaches you methods of fundamentals and art techniques which have been around for centuries. So it's not the use of digital tools, it's the use of techniques, art techniques. And I could talk more about that, but I won't because we want to get on to the class here. So this is what we have here. Let me put this on the right. This is what we created. This is my drawing, and this is the original. This is mine. So you will know that I blended this particular. So really, it's not a great area to work with, but there's nothing we can do, unfortunately, with this issue of the portrait. But you can see here, I'm going to try my best, that we are blending. We were blending, and that's how we managed to achieve very close proximity to the original, right there, there. So can we do any more blending? I believe we can. So so the way it works is that we take the color picker, select this stone, as you can see here, and I have the line brush. I'll just take, and then the density. This is the one that the key to blending. So I take that down, and then I'm just gonna merge this in here. Right, you can see how that, and then you see that you see that area here. See that? I'm gonna try and improve that. So go here, get the color, and then just blend it out so it's diffused. Can you see it? There. How it diffused out. And then here, let's see what we have here. Here we want to probably extend this purple haze, and you have control over the density here. So really take it down, have more control so you can take it back as far as you want. Right there. And then you see that dark area here on this side. Right, this one here, dark area. I'm gonna try and make that retreat a little bit with the purple haze a little bit, and I'm just gonna work my way back there. See how easy that was? The blending, beautiful, isn't it? Leave that little sort of dark patch there, and then we can maybe retreat this somewhat a little bit, giving a valley shaped, and then you can see this one. I'm going to make that sort of recede, tiny amount there. Right, so now what we have is, so I'm on my drawing now. Let's zoom in and see this bit here. You see how smooth that is? Let's try and get that as smooth and blended, yeah? So pick this color here. Let's just blend it, okay? Right, good. There, see? Perfect. And then we can increase the density if we're not getting the saturation we're looking for. Right, just increase it, okay? And then, you know what? Because this is the central focal point of the thing, I'm going to try and lighten it a bit because we're so there. See? Do you see how that was easily done? Right, now we pick that one and just smoothen that. Okay, and what you can see is that I probably have a too big a brush. So we're going to just extend that. And look how that is shaping up to be, right? Very nice, isn't it? Then this one just here. Just here. And then we could even blend this the white amount so it diffuses more. Look how we've managed to achieve that, isn't it? It's amazing. Just a little bit of effort, what we can achieve. Right here. There. Let's see what we have here. So better, isn't it? If you look at that, it's probably, but it looks like a glow now. And what we can do is take the darker tone and compress it. So it's not, doesn't have to be exactly. So we don't want to make it look like an oval shape, right? Like it's not part of the original, right? So there. Keep doing that. So even as the smallest screen, you still have a lot of control because of the zoom function. Right. Let's see what we have here. That's more like it, isn't it? Okay, and then if you're not happy with what's going on at the top, then you can still blend it. Let's have a look. Let's try and blend this dark so it diffuses out more, but gets, so you can really, look how I've taken it down to 7%, right? there. Right there and there. Stretch that a little bit more into that. Right there. And whatever the atmosphere, whatever you feel, the atmosphere that it creates, you have complete control. And the control of these tools, notice I'm not doing anything else, just controlling the density, that's all. And people, when they draw, they're thinking in two-dimensionally. And I'm talking about beginners and even digital artists, they get so enamored with the tool set, they become so dependent on it. And it's a pity because I'm going to turn that to really white, because they become so dependent on it, and what happens is they can't do anything without the tools, and that's sad, isn't it? Because you need to develop it. Have you seen that? What happened with the ball? I'm going to undo it and then start again because I got it too big for that size. So I'm going to reduce that, and then because I'm trying to create this lovely white texture that's sort of telling you that, hey, it's emanating from this house. Okay, let's see if that worked. So now look at that. It's like somehow that white fixture is where the central point is, okay? So there was a reason for picking this, and the reason was to show you blending. And as I said, when you work with the low dark image, it's more forgiving, and therefore I thought it was a good beginner's way to show how to make this drawing. Okay, so now we have that. Let's take a closer look and see what we have in the original reference image. We've got this, and seeing there's nothing where I have there. So we can do two things. We can continue to work on the horizon and where the interesting parts, elements are, like here, it's the farmhouse. You can see clearly, right, what it looks like. Or we could, or I could show you these fields that I'm making up. So let's add some more details to these fields. As you can see, there's a path going around here, right? There's a path going around there, yeah? And there's that path that's on here, right? Here. So we're going to try and just refine that. You think that, oh, it's not, what is it trying to achieve? Well, you want to get details, isn't it? You want to make sure it looks like a realistic painting. So to do that, we're going to go in close and check alternate. Look at these colors. We're going to pick out these tones. So look at that beautiful tone there. So it looks like black, but it's not. And then we're going to increase it a little bit. Because otherwise it's not going to show. And then let's see if that shows, right? There. See, you want to put some character to these, and then even though you don't know exactly what you're doing, but you're adding some character to these fields. So now if we go here, you will see that there's some character, just vaguely be able to see it. There's not too much you need to do, so you can play with it. There, you can see there's a black here, and then we're just gonna, so this gives the impression, and then you can take it up, right, that there's some foreground elements at work here. And got that here, right? hard to tell, isn't it? But then we got something here. It's like a larger patch. So we can increase it here. Just bring that purplish haze. It's like almost like a vista point where someone can watch and see the purple haze at the back, right? I think that's all right. It sort of gives the illusion, and then maybe perhaps use the color palette here to get some tones, some like the rocks or something that's formed here. So it's very forgiving, yeah? Right, so it's almost like, let's increase that, and let's bring that down. Let's put some dense, like rocky features. So you can see you can do a lot there without messing it up. Right, so we can go over there. And then pick the colors that you want, the black. You can see? Wow, look at that. Look, we just created like a rocky presence here. Look. Seen that? There. And then we can go here, select the color picker here on this path, which you can vaguely make out, and then reduce the intensity a little bit and add just a tad. You see how big the brush is? Because what is it doing? It's actually, ooh, can you see it? Yeah, just about. Look there. Wow. There, can you see how you've almost formulated some kind of a rocky structure going on here? And we can take that density down because we don't want to make it look as though it's popping out, you know, like a standing here. There. So now, you know, the eyes can do its work and decide what is going on here. But you see how you were able to get away the bandwidth if you were on a white background, but since you're in a very dark contrast background, you can actually get away with just the tiniest. So this is a kind of a drawing that gives the illusion. It gives the illusion of form and shape, and the eyes does the rest of the work in trying to formulate what's happening here, yeah? Right, you can change it around. And then you can work on it as much as you like and see if that helps. Okay, so now we've got that, and we think it's a path. You know, people would think it's a path, but maybe something different, but we don't know. Right? We're giving the eye something to think about. So now let's work on the mid focus, and just with that tiny effort, we've probably made a whole world of difference. Yeah. So what do we have here? So we got let's have a look. So we got this barn, and then we have to create this shape. So let's go down quite a bit. Right, keep that at 70%. Then let's pick the color. Let's see. Wow, even that's so massive, isn't that brush? So let's take it down. All right. Let's see if we have something here. It's like there, it's a bit darker there. So what's this all doing? What's the aim of this, which you can hardly make out what's going on? Well, the aim is that it's really trying to focus on tones. It's really trying to make your eyes see more than what it's used to seeing, especially with drawing. So I made a mistake there. It's almost like working in a letterbox, you know, sorry about that. Here, look at that there, we're going to get that black. It's a bit dark, and then what do we have here? Just a hint of some trees. So let's do the bigger trees, the shape, form that shape, and then we'll get that lovely, very toned down color, and then even take it down even more, right there. Then we would take that note there, then here, there's some here, but it's a bit darker. So just use your color palette to get a close match. Right. So what we're doing is we're trying to get this color, but it's a little darker to the background. So just giving the illusion of that the the whole tree with not too much from the actual background. Just look the way this is showing. Right, just trying to create an illusion. This is all what photography is about, photorealism. So we got that dark here, okay. And then take it out if it's too much. All right, let's see what that looks like. Look at that. We managed to form some tree, and we're getting away with it, isn't it? We are definitely getting away with that, with the way we've drawn. But now you can see as you get closer, even though the eyes can't resolve, there's still some details we want to create, and so just follow what the eyes is saying here. Just do the shapes. There's that, like the corner of the barn. Right, just corner of the barn. And then it's like almost like a bush, isn't it? This is actually the way artists, painters draw and paint, because they know that the eyes can't resolve at that level. I can bring that down here so we have more strokes that we can define this region. So this is when they get close, that's why they draw big canvases. It's a reason for drawing big canvases, because they can define and work the smaller details and make a meal of it, but still get away with it, because we don't know. So here, look, there's another. See, when you get details, that's like a top of the house. So that's what we're going to do. Right there. Right, you couldn't see it from a distance. Looks like a barn or another thing. Look at that nice strokes there. Right, and then what do we have here? Wow, we have that white white region, which we kept deliberately, right? But we don't have anything on there, so we can just then maybe create the shape of that square, that rectangular shape. Bring that down so it gives the illusion that this is a man-made structure. And then again, look, that's this. This is how you do. Honestly, this is how you create with a bigger. And now that we have, to be honest with you, now that we have digital, it's so much more versatile. And the phone, this is when I'm working on a phone. You wouldn't be able to do that in a small piece of paper, which only with a phone, okay? So there is still some this color, and there's a dark banding, which I want to get here. That's like the ridge of the structure darker, right? Now, before we forget, I want to get that lovely white spot, isn't it? Okay. So I don't want to lose that. That's the lovely white shade there. Keep it at that for now, So again, there's some more of those structures that are forming this shape, and just go along with the same tone. Create that structure and then create that other structure there. That's it. That's all you want. There. And if you're not getting the color that you want darker, don't be shy. Just get on the lighter tools. Get on your color palette. So you have another form of light coming here. Look at those two bright lights. That's like some humans there, isn't it? This is almost like Quiet. You know that movie? Emily Blunt, Quiet. Because it's like giving the atmosphere an illusion that there's something there, but you don't know what it is. But the eyes tries to make out that there is something there. Okay, we're picking the same whites. Alright. And then with this black here. So we did lay down pretty well the colors. Initially, the initial colors we wanted, and take it down if it's too harsh, in the density, right? Take it down. Then you can work on that. Make it look like it's slight shade to it. Right? Then that's too low down. Alright. There. Now take that up. There. So nothing, it's actually not that difficult at all. There's no detail. And that's the reason I did this, is because the details required is very insignificant. So I'm going to create that, take that brush up, and then just bring that blue. Look at that, it's so dark. So bring that blue down, and look at that, it's so big. because we were working on a tiny brush. And then we got that. Just diffuse that. Let's see what it looks like, shall we? Wow, what a difference, isn't it? Can you see it? That almost looks like there is vegetation, plant life, humans, all kinds of. And look at this area as well. Look at that, how that's turning out to be it's hardly anything, but if you go here, it looks like there is some kind of thing there, but you're not really sure what it is. We could leave that as it is, but let's take a closer look. These are structures man-made, yeah? So we got that here. Let's pick this here. Oops, there. It's actually a lot darker. Right there. Right, and then let's put these blue structures. Let's leave them. Let's not work quite well, so I'm not going to do too much to it. There's that. So I'm really not going to do too much to it. Let the eye judge for itself what is happening there. So you know what? I feel like that we have something here that we can say it worked quite nicely. Look at that lovely sort of canopy type structures going on, and as you get closer, this is really the essence of how people working with large canvases, the grandmasters pulled it off. By working on the large canvases, they can do these tiny, minuscule details, which doesn't have to be accurate at all. And how much time did we spend? I'm surprised we got to this stage so quickly. And you can look at this image and say, wow, that actually looks like you did this when there was some kind of a purple sky, purple fields, and the purple color falling on the fields, giving it a purple look to it. So it's worked quite well. And the lights, you see the white, the eyes just tend to focus on that. Doesn't even resolve. It tries to assemble a familiar picture in your mind. And that familiar picture is a distant man-made living quarters in the center where the lights are shining, and it's probably some movement of humans and people living there, and it looks like a farm. And then we are standing here looking at this vista point from this angle where we created these very light areas with a high contrasting image. And then we've created those trees that gives that some more form to that horizon, and those clouds, mystical clouds that we blended together. So it's worked really quite well. Let me sign it here. I think we're going to finish here, and then let's finish here, okay? Let me pick a nice white color. I think we got away with even though we're boxed in this landscape mode, isn't it? Paintology, there it is. So let's recap what we did here. Let me save this, please. Okay. Purple fields. Purple. So what do we learn from this particular drawing? Well, I think you can see that with little effort, we've managed to pull off something that's so subtle because of the purple is so close in hue and saturation to the dark color, and then it gives a sense of atmosphere that we're standing here looking into this horizon, far distant, not too far, but we can see lights emanating from there and some pockets of light there on the horizon, which gives the sense that that's man-made. And then this tree that just shows, gives it more form, and some kind of a white, fiery, purple, it's like pink fiery that emanates from the back, which means that there's probably some more lights at the back and keeping this village like shone for people, maybe, perhaps, we don't know. You can formulate a lot of things. And on the right, we have here some shapes and form, but when you look closely, it just doesn't make any sense, does it? Yeah, what is that? But that's how great masters used to paint on a bigger canvas, and then that's exactly what it is, techniques. So what have I shown you here? Techniques, development of techniques, not so much the tools that you're probably focused in when it comes to digital art. So these techniques are techniques that have evolved from fundamental skills in art, tones, appreciation of tones, and understanding of light, texture, and what the eyes can see. So the beauty is that when you're with the great versatility of digital media is not so much it has the tools that takes away all the challenges of drawing that's been around for traditional, but it's actually enhances your appreciation of what these fundamental skills are in the first place. And that's what Paintology is all about. It has a different approach to all the other drawing apps, and it's the reason why you can draw like this. If I had used a digital tools approach, I would be forever picking, blending, blurring, forever picking colors, filling regions. This was simply very much similar to taking a brush canvas and just continuing with it. And the only thing we're doing is just using this line brush density, which lowers the opacity of that color so you can go over it again and build tones. So tones are fundamental to drawing. So I hope I showed you how you apply the tones in using this block coloring. The original you can see here, and that's our drawing. So that's the original, and this is our drawing. So again, let me show you this. The original, now we're drawing. Yeah. So the it shows that by using these tools to our effect, we can build these skills and work on these skills and improve on these art techniques that not only you're not only doing it in digital, you can take those techniques and your mind will be tuned into these differential tones that make up a really good drawing. And as you can see, this is not a bad drawing, and you've understood you've got to a place where you can see that you can take a picture relatively quickly and turn it into a drawing. And even though you're using tracing, which is a tool that helps you to appreciate and enhance these rapid skills that you can apply to freehand drawing. So let's post this in the so if you like, you can post this final drawing, right? We'll say the purple field, right? I've already signed up on that. The purple, I'll call it the purple field. Oops, I'm not able to do that. So I'm gonna find the purple field. Description, purple, yeah, just say purple. Don't know. It's giving me that. And then tags, well, we can say purple. And then we just post it, isn't it? Why not? Just publish it. Did it publish? Maybe it didn't like that, so we might have to fix it. Purple. Doesn't seem to like it in landscapes, so this is something we need to fix. So I'm going to take a picture of this. And then save it to Drive. And then save. Okay. So we post image. So what I'd like you to do is, if you're doing this drawing, I would want to give you some positive feedback on how you can improve. So please, by all means, post a comment and then post a link, and of course through community on Paintology. And as you know, you can we've already saved that, so go to community here, and then you'll see. Oh yeah, I did post it there. So I didn't post. There it is. Can you see it? Purple Paintology. And then, oops, I posted 2 of them. And 3. So this was the, so I need to delete that. But there you see, you can post it. Post your drawing there. And I'll sure to give you feedback. Because I'm sure you want, if you like drawing, some of you would want to enhance your drawing skills and not just stay at a stationary point in time. And this is an excellent way because the phone is so accessible and the Paintology is free, available from the Google Play Store. So please go ahead and give me comment and subscribe, and I will be very happy to see you. Thank you for watching. Until again, hope to see you again. Bye bye.